Peace to all the parents out there. If you're hearing me right now, let me just tell you, my name is Mariano, and I'm joined by
Claire Huxtable. No, it's Bethany, Queen Bee.
Yeah, man, all of that,
good?
all of that, man. And this is another episode of Parental Revisory. I'm saying another because by this point, you know, if you just happen to see this and this is your first time seeing it, cool, welcome in. You know, but if you recognize the names and you know our work from before, welcome back. And we already got an episode out there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do the knowledge and catch up. We talked about some good things, man, some great things on there. And that's our goal every episode is to just have these conversations in this space for parents to make you feel like cool, these things I'm feeling are normal. This is not nothing out of the ordinary, because you might get on social media every day and you see people posting the best parts of parenting, only the highlights, only the wins, only the successes. But rarely do you hear people have conversations about the things like let's really dive deep and let people know, like I said, that these are human things. You know what I'm saying? It's just,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love being a safe space.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we aim to
be. Gotta be honest. Yeah. I feel like if, parents back in the day, had a platform of folks who were really honest about what parenthood entails truly, I don't think we would have a population issue. Seriously. Like, for real, because a lot of folks go out there and make parenthood look like, oh, it's just all peachy keen. Baby, no.
Yeah.
There's some moments that you experience where you like, yo, this is some bullshit.
Yeah.
However, of course, there are some amazing, beautiful things about it.
For sure.
But you have to talk about both sides.
Yeah.
You have to talk about
absolutely,
it all.
No matter what you're doing, like even our favorite rappers, right? They talk to us about both sides of the game. Look, yeah, you got the glitz and the glamour and all this shit that we promoting, but then you also got the other side that people looking at like, damn, you don't want to go down that path. But this thing that you're doing, you're going to have a little bit of both. It's going to be those nights as a new parent, right? If you're a new parent listening to this podcast, it's going to be those nights where you sit up and you questioning, are you doing a good job or whatever. I'm just here to tell you that no matter how old your kid is, you will never stop asking yourself that question. So don't beat yourself up about it now in the early stages when it comes to, damn, I got 30 minutes more sleep than I should have, and I feel guilty because my partner had to, that's gonna always happen. It's just a part of what it is when you become a parent. So please don't beat yourself up at any point. What I like to say instead is take inventory every day. Could I have done this better? Could I have said this better? Could I have said more? Should I have said less? Whatever it is, right? Just be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, because that's the only way that you're going to get real results is just honesty. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely. Yeah. What about how did you take inventory? Have you taken inventory today? I know it's kind of early.
Yeah, no, always. It's always I'm looking at the day before. I'll tell you what I go through. I look at the day before and I think about our interactions. Like, did I interact with my son enough when I walked past him? Did I go dap him up when I saw him, or did I go ask him what he was into, what video he watching, or did I come put him up on something at some point in time in the day? And if I didn't do it enough times that I think I should have, then today I'll aim for more. You know what I'm saying? But it's those little micro interactions with our children that really affect the big picture. Because if your son know that he can just come to you, your daughter knows she can just come to you and just show you something that they're interested in. And instead of you saying you don't have time for it, you really took the time out to be like, okay, cool, give them a real interaction right there. Or even I said, I say funny stuff to my son and he'll laugh at it and be like, Daddy, you funny. That's a little interaction that 20 years from now he's probably gonna think about and be like, man, my pops used to be going through the house saying this one shit, man, and I think it was funny. That's what I'm saying. It's those little things that we start to create those memories of right now. So that's what I'm on today is I'm taking inventory of damn, how many times did I do that yesterday? I probably could have got 2 more in there. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like taking inventory. That's a good way to put it. It's kind of, for the entrepreneurs out there, for those who, you can apply that to parenthood 100%.
100%.
Yeah. Before we started recording, I went downstairs, I fixed myself a smoothie, and my son was like, he was like, are you going to be downstairs? And I'm like, no, I'm about to record real quick. He's like, okay. He was like, when you're done, can we watch the Boondocks? And I was like, yeah. So we've been binge watching. We've been binge watching a few shows, but right now, yeah. And you know what? It's a show that I've really enjoyed because it came out in 2005. That's the year I graduated from high school. You know, shout out to the millennials out there. You know, I've always wanted to watch this with my son, but I just didn't know when it was going to be like the appropriate time. Now, I think I may have asked him if he wanted to watch the episode with me like 2 years ago. And he was just like, no thanks. And I was like, damn, okay. Like, low-key kind of like shot me down because I'm like, like, this is one of my favorite shows. I thought it would be really dope, you know, seeing two kids with like a fro and cornrows that he would think like, hey, they kind of look like me. And they actually kind of really do. My son, you know, he just cut it for middle school.
He did, yep.
But he always had a big fro, or I just, you know, give him some straight backs, you know, just so he can have that experience of like putting a do-rag on and making sure his shit is, you know, got a little hang time,
that's
you know.
No, that's important. That is important.
You know? But we were in Dollar Tree, and I, you know, like to go to Dollar Tree to and give him money so that he can learn how to manage, you know, spending money and the whole interaction with the cashier or whatever. So we're waiting in line, and he was like, what if there was like a movie about my life? And I was like, what kind of movie? Like, would it be like an actor would be playing you? He was like, maybe it should be like an animated movie, you know, maybe something like the Boondocks. And I just looked at him. I was like, have you watched the episode yet? He was like, no. I was like, you want to? Now here we are 2 years later. I'm like, and so he was like, yeah. So I couldn't wait. I got us snacks. I was like, you know what? Let's go get some more candy. Got some popcorn. We're just going to make this into a moment. Yeah. And so we get home. I put on HBO Max, and the first episode, here's the thing with like introducing your kids to shows from back in the day. A lot of it is very pop culture and heavy in what's going on at that time. The moment. Yep. And so I think episode 1 was about like George Bush, you know, those who watch the Boondocks and they have, you know, their conspiracy theories about what Aaron McGruder, the creator of the Boondocks, was really trying to say. Like there were like some hidden messages in the shows. Yeah. I came across the same problem when I tried to introduce Animaniacs to my son. And he's like, you know, they showing Steven Spielberg and Arnold Schwarzenegger and all these like 80s and 90s movie stars. He doesn't know who these folks are.
Right. So he doesn't know why it's significant that they're being shown and shit.
Yeah. And so I'm having to realize like, oh shoot, I kind of have to give Prince a backstory so that he understands what's happening in this episode. And we watched the first episode, which is like 22 minutes, right? But it took us about an hour to get through it because it was so many times where I had to pause it and say, okay, like I understand that, you know, you kind of know who Barack Obama is because he was the president when you were born. Right. You know about Donald Trump and you know about Joe Biden. But let me tell you the lore of George Bush and everything that was going on around that time. Like having to talk about 9/11, having to talk about Katrina, having to talk about the war, you know, in Afghanistan and Osama bin Laden and all these things. And it was just like, yo, this is really it's really a teachable moment. And I just didn't realize what I was getting myself into by starting this series. Right, but it's really led to really dope conversations. And thank goodness, you know, Prince being in 6th grade, there's some things that he can, you know, absolutely grab. He thinks it's the funniest show. And thank God that I've actually shown him the Wayans brothers because he knows who John Witherspoon is and he knows his voice. Having to explain who Charlie Murphy is. Right. No, you know, all these different voices and, you know.
It's exciting because it's like you getting to experience it again and you remember experiencing it for the first time and how it made you feel. Absolutely. But then it's like now, that's like recommending an album to somebody and you like, yo, go listen to this. And they about to go listen to it and you just sitting there like the Kamala shit where you like. I know you about to, I just, you know what I mean? Like I just know. So it's one of those. I can imagine that it's beautiful, like in that way to do that. Yeah.
Have you had anything that you've introduced to your kids where you just like whether they had like a good response to it, Or they were like, yo, this is kind of trash, Dad. Like,
It's been a few. It's been a few. Number one was Biggie's music to my baby girl. I would listen to that, and like she became like a Biggie fan. She was like, "Yo, the way I talked about him and the way the music sounded, and like what he was saying, just just all of it. Me being so excited about it and everything, like it made her be like, yo, I'm into this. Like, can we listen to another song from him? Can I pick a song? You know what I mean? Whatever." And it's like, yo, yeah, hell yeah, for sure. So then, we had that. When I introduced Garfield to my kids.
Oh wow, I know that's your shit.
Oh my God, I love Garfield so much, man. Like it turned into them showing me videos that would pop up, like if they on the tabs or they watching TV, and it's like, Daddy, look like Garfield, and it's like, yeah, this is our thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know if this do we get this on the last episode, or were we talking about this after it went off? If not, I'll tell it here about the music thing, right? Like with my son. So with my son, I found out that he liked the song, the Everybody Wants to Rule the World, right? The original.
Yes.
Original song. Love the song. It's a great song. And I'm just like, yeah, that's a little bit of, okay, cool. So we get in the car one day, and I played a Nas remake with A. Marie called Rule on Stillmatic. I played it. Immediately he recognized it, and he was like, I like this song. And I was like, nah, this is a different joint right here. Like this, you know what I mean? So he listened to it. He was like, yeah. So if you remember on the beginning of the song, Nas says his name, like Nas, like, so my son connected that to like, this song is Nas. Like, this is not just like, Nas is not a guy, it's the song. So I was like, yo, you want to hear Nas? He was like, yeah. I put another Nas song on. He was like, yo, this is not Nas. And I'm like, yo, you gonna tell me? I'll pull this car over right now. Like, you telling me who Nas? This is Nas, nigga. Like, but I had to remember. I said, oh, you. I said, wait a minute, and I put the song on for him, and he was like, this one, right?
That's what I was talking about.
But now he likes more Nas songs, and this is a full circle moment for me, and it's one of the best things. It's making me feel even like good now telling this like again. When I was a kid, It Ain't Hard to Tell was out, and it was on TV all the time. And when I heard that song and I used to sit there and watch the video, I thought this dude right here was like the coolest dude. I thought the song was like the best song that was out. That and Jay-Z, Dead Presidents, the video version, not the one that's like, whatever. But It Ain't Hard to Tell. I was just like, yo, this is, so one of my earliest memories with music is Nas. And so now one of my son's earliest memories, because he's 6, and that's probably around the same time, age I was, around the time when these songs were like happening and, all this kind of shit. It's been beautiful, like to share these moments through like music or TV shows or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, man, that shit it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it.
Were there shows when you were growing up that you would watch with your parents that you associate with your parents to this day? Like what?
Married
What were you watching?
Married with Children is the main one.
Al Bundy.
The main one, because like my pops at a certain point, like I used to look at my pops and be like, nigga, is you him? Like, cause like y'all like you chilling, you want a beer, you know what I mean? Like just like the aesthetic was just like, man, I'm chilling, dog. Like, what's up? You know what I mean? But my pops used to laugh so much when he watched this show that I was just like, it's got to be funny. You know what I'm saying? I would watch it with him, and like my mom would pull up, and we'd be, you know what I'm saying? We all just sitting there and we watching the show or whatever, and like I noticed that they laughing at the same stuff, but sometimes I don't get it. And I remember this one time, dog. And this was so crazy. My pops told me in the moment, you will understand this when you get older. I was so mad.
My God.
But look, I'm going to tell you, I did. I'm going to tell you the moment.
He knew.
I'll never forget this in my life. It was an episode where Bud, right, which is, Al's son, for those who never watched the show, and if you haven't watched the show, exit out of this right now and go fix this. You about to make me mad. But it was an episode where Bud was like, it was this girl, like Kelly's friend. He was like, man, like like this is the one, right? So however it happened, right, he ended up having like another girl when he realized like, all right, bet this ain't gonna happen. Cool, I got something else, which is rare for Bud. If you watch the show, Bud wasn't just having action like that. So, he go downstairs with her. They do what they do. So she leaves. A couple minutes later, Kelly's homegirl pull up, and she like, yo, Bud, I'm ready for you. And he like, no. because he just got done with the other dish. Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? And when I got older, I was like, oh. Because when I was a kid, I asked him, I said, yo, why is he mad right now? He wanted that, didn't he? I was like, didn't he? My pops was like, you understand when you get older. He said, you understand. I was like, no, just tell me. He was like, listen to me. You understand when you get older. And we never revisited that conversation. I just understood when I got older. I said, oh, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true, though. I remember that. My mom said that to me. This was like 96, 95, maybe. I'm not sure when Toni Braxton's Unbreak Your Heart video came out.
Okay.
Oh my God. Tyson Beckford in the video, her and her homegirl, like, damn, oh my God, he's so fine. And I'm like, my mom said something. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you know what? You'll know when you get older.
Yeah, this was 96.
And I was like, bet. That was 96?
Yep.
Oh, see. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what do you mean I'll know when I get older? But when I got older, I was like, I heard you. Got it. I do. And it was so funny because it actually came full circle. When, I live in Las Vegas, one of my good friends, she was the producer for Chippendales. And Tyson Beckford had a residency with Chippendales. He was performing with Chippendales. She was like, yo, just come to the show. Come check it out. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? I love having friends in the industry because they just give tickets out, all William, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just sitting there. I got my little black pants on, little cute top. I got a free drink and I'm just vibing. Next thing you know, someone come tap me on the shoulder and grab my hand. Was like, hey, come with me backstage. And I'm like, I'm not trying to be a part of the show. Like, let all these bachelorettes and birthday girls, have their moment. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'll be a good sport.
Yeah.
They bring me on stage, sit me down in a chair in the middle of the stage, and the lights go low. And there's something going on behind me because I can hear all the girls going crazy. I turn around and Tyson Beckford's behind me taking a full-on shower. All you see is just body and ass. And I was just like, hey. And I remember thinking in my head, like, my mom would be so proud right now because she said, you would get it when you get older. I mean, this man came and I helped him get dressed and he put my hand down his pants and I all that stuff. It was off the chain. It was crazy. I might add a few photos if you guys are watching this on YouTube.
Photos of what now? Because, hold on.
Me and Tyson Beckford having a little moment, boo.
Yeah. Family show. So
is it?
You talking about Also, I'm on the show. Fuck if it's not. I'm on the show.
What?
I don't want to see no.
Ain't nothing wrong with seeing no Tyson Beckford.
Listen to me. Cool. If you see Tyson Beckford in the interview, fine with me. Seeing him in the nude, I'm cool on that.
No, I would never post pictures of his bare ass. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Okay, I maybe like on my close friends or something if you follow me on Instagram. But yeah, Mama, she was feeling it. I'm just like, wow. I really had a moment with that guy that she was like, you'll know when you get older. Mm-hmm. But we've been watching the Boondocks and it's really been such a teachable moment. And then I realized that the shows that we've been watching before, because, my son's name is Prince. So, of course, we're going to binge watch The Fresh Prince.
Right.
But these black TV shows from the 90s, we need it. We need to show our kids these shows because we don't have any sitcoms really besides like, the Tyler Perry universe. And
I'm not fucking because I don't. I'm cool,
not?
Dog. Yeah, I'm cool. Because, like...
What's wrong?
Because this is the thing, dog. Like, respect
you
to
sound
all
like
of
you've
the
had
creators.
A bad experience or something.
No, it's not even that. Respect to all of the creators and the, all that shit, the writers and the directors and everything, right? Like, but if you have a platform and you got all these resources and everything, right? The things you choose to display as a person of that are going to be presented to the world as a representation of this. And when the people gravitate towards it, especially those people that look like the people that's in these things, the rest of the world is going to say, oh, well, I guess this is just what it is because they co-signing this shit at a rapid rate. This has to be what it is. And if at the forefront of it all the black men are the worst villains you ever seen in your life. Like, it's Thanos and then it's them. It's Thanos and then it's a black man in a Tyler Perry movie or show or whatever the fuck, right? I'm not saying all of them are. This ain't what this is about. But for the most part, dog, like, people have grown up saying since they was 9, 10 years old, they've been seeing this representation of this person in this movie, and this is what they, related to. So now when you get on social media, all you gotta do is post a picture of a scene, not even the scene, and people already know what's going on. They know what that man made that woman feel, and they know what he did, and this, that, and the third. It's always a black man. I'm not saying that none of that ever happened at the hand. I'm not saying that, but this is what you choose to represent. Like, this is what you choose to put out there, and then, like, everybody's gonna consume it and, support it because you black, and it's like, just because we want some black shit, we willing to take whatever it is that comes with it.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah, it's black.
Yeah.
It's ours. Like, this belongs to us. And it's like, damn, like, what you doing though, bro? Like, what you really doing? You don't even have to put us in, some light of like we want like a great drug dealer. No, like, why you can't just put us in some positive shit, bro? Like, why we can't get a good story out of a black man and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, again, it's probably going to be people out there that are like, well, actually, these people were cool. I'm just saying the shit that people relate to and what you think about when you think about his shit. I'm just not fucking with it. Because I just don't feel like I don't know. That shit not cool.
I just feel like, as black folks, we are very multifaceted. We're not a monolith. I feel like if you're going to create, of course you can have your representation of that side of relationships and whatever. But I feel like there should be a balance. Like, if you're going to show that, show some positive shit too. Yeah. Because I remember thinking, like, I remember going to see Why Did I Get Married? And I was like, okay, look at these, beautiful black couples. But it kind of came down to, like, very stereotypical relationship shit. And I was just like, I don't know if this is what we should be seeing all the time. And then, part 2 was even, like, crazier. Yeah. I remember exactly where I was when I went to see Why Did I Get Married. I was on South Beach. I was like, you know what? Let me just go to the movies and go see this. And at the very end, I just could not stop laughing at the absurdity of Janet's husband getting in a car accident, and then literally 5 minutes later, she's being approached by The Rock. And it's like, what? How did we get here?
But listen, so look at it like this, right? Imagine if Baby Boy had as many movies as Fast and Furious. Like, imagine if there was a Baby Boy universe where, like, each generation got worse instead of better. This is how I feel about this type of content. Like, I don't need to keep seeing all of this, like, black trauma. And, yes, that is a form of black trauma. Just because ain't nobody getting lynched or it's not slave shit directly, it's like, come on, dog. You showing bullshit, man. Like, again, I'm not saying that the situations that he's shown has not happened or they don't happen. I understand that. But now that we know that, cool, let's move on to some other shit. Can we show the other side of it? Like, can we show a healthy relationship, just all healthy shit, where, like, don't no bullshit have to happen, don't no dude have to commit unspeakable acts against his own children and family and shit? Like, can we have some shit like that to where that's not the thing? Because this is what people remember. Trauma, that's real shit. All the good days and all this thing, like, everything that good that happened in the movie, you always remember the worst thing. I watch plenty of movies and shows and shit, and when we start talking about certain scenes, all you got to do is show a still shot of it, and you know what happened. That feeling come back to you. So it's like, come on, dog. Like, come on. Enough is enough, dog. Like, come on.
And you know what? I've actually, so with the Fresh Prince, I haven't done Martin because, the jokes are a little bit more complex. I feel like Fresh Prince was way more family friendly.
100%.
I've gone as far as showing my son, we've been binge watching The Cosby Show. And I know some people feel some kind of way about that, knowing what we know now about Bill Cosby. But I'm sorry, we're getting these episodes in because there are some incredible lessons and beautiful representation that's happening on this show. And being able to, especially with me being a single mom, he had his dad in the house for 4 years before me and his dad broke up. But it's nice for him to be able to see a dad interacting with his wife and children and friends and family on the level that they do, and the way that he implements jazz, and you get
sweaters to see sweaters and shit too. He's showing you the good sweater
his fashion, and everything that's going on, and him being able to see Theo. Like, my son, he has 2 older brothers, but in this house he's the only child, so he gets to see a sibling dynamic happening. And I remember after the first season, I asked him, I said, who's been your favorite character so far? And he was like, Rudy. I was like, I like that. You know, because around that time he was, you know, pretty young, and he's watching it and he gets to see a young character on there just having fun and being sweet and cute and pretty and all that. And so I think he really, you know, enjoyed that. After season 2, I asked him, I said, well, who's your favorite character so far on this season? And he was like, I like the mom. I like Claire. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what do you like about her? And he was like, she kind of reminds me of you. And I was like, oh my God. When I tell you that's one of the ultimate compliments as a mother.
Yeah, that's fire.
To be compared to the Claire Huxtable.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm doing something right. I'm doing something right. But it makes me wonder, who is the equivalent black dad on TV?
That you would like aim to be like?
If someone was like, yo, you remind me of Uncle Phil. Like, is that is that the one?
Trying to play me, cause
no.
mad shit. Like, you tell me I remind you of Uncle Phil, we might got to go in the yard, and I'm gonna show you what's going on with these hands, nigga. Remind you of Floyd Mayweather in a minute. Fuck you talking about? You wanna make comparisons, nigga? Yeah, feel me? But,
oh
no,
see?
but I do get what you're saying. As far as like the representation, like the guy, like who would the guy be? Like,
who's the guy? Who's the man?
Because
you know, I saw a story where they were like, "Yo," somebody was watching Moesha and was like, "Yo, we just got duped with what was Moesha's dad's name? Frank.
Yeah, fuck Frank.
At the end,
him.
oh,
he should have got it like the same Frank from Scarface. Fuck him. I don't know, TV dad. You know what I'm gonna say? I'm going to say Robert Townsend in Parenthood.
I like that. Very good.
The reason I'm going to say that is because, number one, like, he had his whole household. You got the 2 boys. You got a girl. You married. You got your best friend dynamic, everything, the whole family man dynamic, right? But then you also got, like, TK, who ended up coming along, and you ended up bringing him in and, shielding him from the bullshit going on outside, even though you knew it was a lot on you to take just somebody else under the wing and just protect him and shit and give him the benefit of the doubt, something he never had. Like, he seemed very much like a neighborhood dad. Like, this is the dad and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can help you and he can,
where his home is like the safe space.
His home is the safe space, yeah. So I think that even like the way that he would rationalize with things, like even if he thought he reacted wrong, that shit would eat him up at night. He would have a dream about it, and it would be like the bulk of the episode would be like the lesson he learned from it, and he'd come back to you and be like, yo, look, I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was always a level of like respect with his kids. It wasn't just like what I say, go and this, that. But we gonna have a tough conversation sometimes, and you know what I'm saying? I'm the dynamic with his mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just with their mom, I should say. It was just I think that was a good representation of a black man on television as a father, as a husband, as just a man. So I'm gonna say him.
That's good. And that kind of goes along with what you were saying about like how you take inventory and how you interact with your children, how it really means a lot. And you think about
100%.
How you interact with your kids and how it makes them feel and all of that. Yeah.
It matters, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, I think we had this conversation before. A lot of people treat strangers better than they treat their own kids because, like,
listen,
you walk past a stranger in the streets and, if you come just a little bit close to bumping them, you, my bad, oh, cool. And, and I think it's because, for the most part, especially, like, when it comes to men and shit, right, we walk past each other and, for the most part, like, we're polite about it. Yo, my bad, bro. Whatever it is. Like, even if it was a near miss, it's just, like, it's real polite because I think we have a sense of knowing where it can go. If this thing goes left, if I feel some type of way or if you feel some type of way, this has the possibility to, like, elevate
escalate.
To somewhere.
Yeah,
right, where one of us could lose something. You know what I'm saying? Take your pick, whatever it is, we could lose something. So I think we greet it that way for the most part. Those who have enough sense to treat it as a delicate situation because it is. But they don't do that with their own children, not understanding that, like, that situation right there is even more delicate. Because, like, if you walking past your kid in the house and, they bump into you or whatever, you get the fuck out the way, like, da-da-da. Like, you just gave them a moment that's like, damn, like, why would they fucking talk to me like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they say this shit to me like that? And that's probably going to be on their mind forever, for the rest of their life. Like, it's not hyperbole. Like, it's some people that's still 30 years down the line. It's like, I didn't know my parents liked me because of how they talk to me and, XYZ. So,
I've heard this saying where someone was saying, like, it may just be a Wednesday to you, but that moment is going to last for the rest of their lives. 100%. Whatever it was with them, they're going to feel it. 100%. And, I've even had conversations with my mom before where it was something that was like a huge deal to me, and she has no clue what the fuck I was even talking about. And I'm like, okay.
And the thing is, because nobody ever probably had that conversation with her as a partner, as a parent, as anybody, she doesn't even know what to look for in that situation. She like, what you mean? And it might not even be disrespectful, but I can understand how some children in the moment can take whatever emotion they're feeling and just say, this is what this was. And this isn't my story. This is how I'm remembered that it was disrespectful or it was dismissive or it was whatever. Or they gaslit me or whatever it is, because that's how you felt. But when you get older and you realize that, like, your parents are people first and maybe they didn't have the information and they weren't properly equipped to handle that moment, you just spent a lifetime judging them based on some shit that they weren't even aware of. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like it's always rocky when it comes to shit like that. It's just that when you notice it, this is the part where Parental Revisory kicks in and we say, look, I like some of the stuff that my mom or my dad did, or I love some of the stuff that they did, but I think the stuff that I didn't like, instead of me holding that against them so much, let me just look at that, filter it out, and then be better for the next generation of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's a gem right there. Mari's still dropping his gems.
Hey man, listen, dog. This is the perfect platform for it, because like, if I just keep all this shit up here, my thoughts, my opinions, whether people agree with it or not, like, I still need to feed the ecosystem, and I understand how important it is for me to share my thoughts. So if something resonates with somebody and they like, yo, I needed to hear that, I have to be aware of the fact that, like, just because it's normal information to me, it's not that normal to somebody else who never heard this stuff before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and you can sit up here and have these conversations, and we can reference Martin and Jamie Foxx and the Wayans brothers, but it might be somebody else who never saw that, and they looking at us like, what are they talking about? But if you never were exposed to it, then it's like, I can't even blame you for that. You know what I'm saying? But I still have a duty to introduce this information to people, even if they just need to hear it from somebody else, even if they know it already and they just need some reassurance. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely, I'm
always happy to do this, like I said, especially with you, because the conversations that we have are always like, like, let's really pick our brains and really have like real conversations, not just surface level bullshit, like, not
just surface level. That's actually like a pet peeve of mine. How some people like, man, I don't like small talk. People like really in-depth conversations with some substance, with the meat and potatoes.
100%.
And absolutely. I was, knowing that we were talking about parenthood and TV, I was kind of doing my research online, and for our clickbait, there's nothing really to watch, but this video, which is like maybe 5 seconds, went viral to like, I think maybe 38 million people have seen this. That's a lot. It's from a creator. Her name she goes by Mamas and Messes. She said, as I started introducing some of my childhood shows to my toddler, I noticed he enjoyed them, but didn't need them. We'd watch an episode or two, and when it was time to turn it off, he didn't fight me or get upset. He just went back to playing. Possibly the biggest thing I noticed was a change in his sleep. He was sleeping longer and better. A lot of the 90s childhood shows have lower stimulation than today's shows and movies. I also love the messages and creative exploration a lot of the 90s shows teach children. Don't get me wrong, we still watch some Bluey and Miss Rachel and some Disney movies, but this little change has shown us positive outcomes in his sleep and behavior. And so she lists some TV shows that she's been, showing her toddler. And I want to know if you've seen these.
Okay.
Because some of these I was kind of like, I've never heard of it. Bear in the Big Blue House.
Heard of it, never saw it.
Never saw it either. Out of the Box.
No.
Never heard of it. Okay. Little Bear.
Little Bear, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you watch it, though?
For sure.
You watched Little Bear? I never watched that.
Yeah. But it was like it's not like I have like core memories of like, this was the episode. It was just something that was like, I don't want to call it filler and be you know what I mean, like disrespectful to it, but like, but I remember watching it though.
Yeah. Franklin.
For sure.
Franklin.
For sure. Arthur for sure.
You know, I saw Arthur, heard the song all the time, but I never really watched it.
Arthur
it was
was
kind of
so
on in the
fired up.
background when I was doing my homework or whatever.
Yeah, Franklin I used to watch with my nephew. My nephew who is, man, shit, he's 27. Oh,
Wow.
yeah, I used to watch that with him. So by the time that show came along, that was like one of the joints that I would watch with him when he was like coming up. So yeah, I remember that.
Damn,
Arthur was heat though.
I'm about to call you Unc.
Hey man.
All right.
Hey. I'm still big bro though.
Is it a term? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, is it a term of endearment?
It's kind of a term of endearment from like the young. It's a term of respect. You know what I'm saying? Where they like, you know, whatever. For me, I don't take it as like a term of disrespect because like my hairline is still, come on, you know.
Period. Okay, I know that's right.
And then most of the time I look younger than the people that would call me Unc. You know what I'm saying? So they don't call me Unc until they find out how old I am. They're like, wait, how old are you?
Flex on them.
And I'm like, I'm 37. They like, oh shit, like you. And it's like it's a surprise to them. It's not like we figured you was up there. Like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of think I'm younger. So yeah, you know.
Yeah. Okay, Clifford.
I remember
the
Clifford.
Magic School Bus.
Magic School Bus was my shit.
Now my son loves it. I showed him the first one because he's into space and science, and of course, like that's the best show. Like whenever the teacher would come in and roll in push in the big TV. No, I'm talking about my teachers, like back in the day.
Your
like
teacher.
When they would push the TV into the room, we about to watch something,
no,
and they put on the Magic School Bus.
That was a great day.
Best day ever.
Yeah.
And I love the reboot. It's on Netflix. So my son has watched both, and he loves them both. He likes the older Miss Frizzle.
Okay.
More so than the new one. But Dragon Tales and Bernstein Bears.
Dragon Tales is my nephew shit as well. That theme song, that motherfucker went platinum in the crib. They was singing their ass off on that Dragon Tales. You gotta play it, man. I can't emulate no shit like that. It's like asking me to sing some Janet Jackson shit or something. I can't do that. Like, they was going crazy. They had the melodies and all that. They had they kicked a little, not a rap, but it was like something real melodic. And then she got back into the bop. No, hold on. You gotta play that, man. If you never heard that shit before, you gotta look that up right now. Oh my God, man.
Go ahead, play it for us.
All right, bet. Yeah, she got busy. They got busy on that shit. Hold on though. Watch this.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Okay, thank you.
Oh my God.
I've heard that one.
Oh my God, man. Oh,
but
my God.
I'm sorry, but guess what? Reading Rainbow clears it.
No. Listen, there's no Reading Rainbow is my top one show ever. Like that is my show. Like we don't even got to do none of this. Like that show right there was.
Have you watched it with the kids?
I haven't. I have not. It's crazy that I haven't, because most of the time I let them kind of do their own thing, and like I'll put something on, and like you know, I'll see like what they engagement level of it is, but like for the most part I let them do their own thing, like whatever. But I haven't tried. I need to. I should.
You know what? That should be a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should all like pick a show from back in the day that we absolutely love. And I always feel like it's such a good feeling to return to the things that you loved as a child.
Because I'm hearing a song in my head now. Yeah.
Selfishly, you should show them.
Yeah, no, I have to.
Reading Rainbow.
I have
Because,
to.
again, going back to us watching the Boondocks, there was an episode called Raleigh Was Here where he was spray painting, and who rose up behind him? Bob Ross. So, again, I had to pause the Boondocks and tell Prince about Bob Ross. So, instead of really trying to explain who he was, I just pulled up an episode on YouTube.
Yeah.
We
Real
watched
Leonardo DiCaprio shit, like, oof.
We really straight up watched the entire episode of him painting nature.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is really calming. Like, he just laid there and watched it. I thought he was falling asleep. No, he was like, oh, no.
Just chilling, yeah.
I'm locked in.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what the woman was saying. Like, you see a change in the behavior. Because sometimes, you know, I'll go downstairs to see what my son is watching. And it's always some, like, loud-ass white man on YouTube screaming and doing some outlandish BS. And I'm like, this is too much. Like, I've gone and blocked certain things from my son's account because I'm like, I don't have time for this.
And you know what, Bethany? The thing that I've reasoned with that is, like, the shows that we were watching when we were coming up, not the shows that we're discussing right now, the things that we watched on our own that was like, you know, because we didn't have like tablets and YouTube and all this kind of shit or whatever.
Right.
But I used to watch like Beavis and Butthead and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
Ren and Stimpy.
My pops was Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
All of that, Courage the Cowardly Dog, all of the shit that we, like, the things that we went to, you know what I'm saying? This is how that shit looked to them. Because for us, we was looking at it like it's just entertainment. It's just something different from the normal, you know, beaten path. We just trying to see whatever. And our parents was looking at us like, no, hell no.
The fuck is that?
Yeah, fuck it, yeah. Because I do that. And just to circle back to the conversation about things we used to watch, I'll see my son like he's watching like the stuff that he's into. He watched the whatever video game he's playing. He'll find like a YouTuber that plays it, and he'll watch them and he'll see what's going on and he'll implement that, which I think is like,
it's really cool.
It's so cool to me, dog, that I'm looking at it like, yes, bro, because I learned. I told y'all before, like on old platform, I learned how to cut my hair off of YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, the information is out there if you want it. But to circle back, WWF, right? Now it's called WWE, but when I was a kid, it was WWF. And I used to love wrestling. I used to love it, like love watching it. My uncle used to take me and my cousin to the event sometimes when it was downtown Detroit, the Joe Louis Arena. And so my son is into that now, and I didn't know he liked it. I bought him like some wrestling toys when he was like a baby and shit like that, but I didn't know he was really into it. So now he'll pull up and he'll be like, "Can we watch WWE?" And I'll be like, "Yeah." And I go in there and I'll pull up an old match, and like, this is something that I remember watching in real time as a little kid, and like he'll be watching it, and he'd be like, "Oh, like, yo, he just," and he going crazy about it. And I'm just like, but the classics. Whew, I'm wiping tears away and shit. And so now he'll pull up on me with his tablet. He'll be like, "Daddy, look at this." And it'll be like a wrestling video of like some shit happening to them or whatever. And I'll just be like, oh, shit. Like, I'm making sure I'm engaging with him because, like, this is something that he recognizes that, like, we can share. You know what I'm saying? Because it's this content, we can share that. So that's beautiful. It's been beautiful.
That is beautiful. It is beautiful. And that's why I really, like, that's why I say selfishly, being able to enjoy it. You get something out of it too, just 100%. As much as they are. You create memories, but you get a moment to just go back into your childhood and remember the little things that made you happy.
That's a fact.
You know, we're not sitting here thinking about how bills getting paid and whatever the hell. No, let's just have a moment of fun.
That inner child in us, like, it never went away. We just grew up one day and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the same way that, you know, somebody enjoys playing video games now, like, they've always enjoyed playing video games. Just who they are. It's not a measure of, like, their maturity level. You know what I'm saying? I hate that so many times, because men and women both play video games. But I hate how sometimes young men get grouped into this group of like, oh, you're just lazy, you don't want to do anything in life because you're playing video games. And it's like, no, that kid could actually be putting that energy into the wrong thing, but instead he's channeling it through the right thing. And this is something that, you know, gives him some kind of enjoyment, and it's keeping him right here where you can see him, and he feels like he's in a safe space. That thing, like, I don't know, like a lot gets done in that, right? Like you start to look at these people and you start to see them for like who they are. Like, this is your kid, this is what they're into. So you should probably find a way to like kind of relate to them in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if they're doing everything they got to do. Now, if they slacking in, you know, in their responsibilities, then we got to intervene and we got to figure out some stuff and we got to, you know, redirect that. But if your kid is taking care of business where they're supposed to and they're good people, they just like to play video games. These days, hopefully it's a lot more positive reinforcement with it because you see what like gamers can accomplish and stuff like that, right? Like, so hopefully a lot of parents are not just like saying, oh, you don't want to do nothing with your life but play video games and, you know, whatever. But yeah.
You know what I see it as? I see video games like when I'll see like a teenager, he'll go home, you know, fix himself something to eat. He may have had a stressful day at school, whatever. I look at it as a decompression.
100%.
I don't look at it like they just want to forget about every responsibility they have going on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a moment to just forget about the BS that's going on in life. And, you know, I'm not going to say what's important and what's not, because I'm not living in their shoes.
Right.
But to be able to come home to your safe space.
Right.
And to be able to just kind of go into another world, because we have our ways of doing that.
100%.
It might be video games for you. It might be listening to music or sitting in the car in the driveway before you actually walk into the house. Like, everybody has their thing of decompressing. Some people just want to take a nap. Yep. I think you're doing, you know, just taking your breath. Sleep. Let me rest.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm going to get my 8 hours.
I'm getting my nap regardless.
And I'm going to get my nap.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, yeah.
But I look at it as decompression. But with my son, like the way that I tell him is like, do what you got to do, and then you can do what you want to do.
100%.
Take care of what you need to take care of
100%.
first.
100%. Keep the main thing the main thing. You keep the main thing the main thing. The other shit, I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like you're prioritizing things. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I see you actively doing that, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to give you space so that when you get older, and let's say you move out and get your own spot, it's not so foreign to you to have space and shit like that. Like, now you're not just going to lose your mind because you never knew what it felt like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's another one of those things, man, where, you know, a lot of people from our era, people will raise their kids like, you know, oh, what the real world is so serious and this, that, and the third. Like, you got to prepare for it. It's like, yeah, I get that. I do understand that. But also in that, let's tweak it a little bit because the real world is so real and it's going to be there, right? You need to let them understand first, like, enjoy being a kid while you can, because I don't want to start you off being an adult at 9 years old if I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I understand that was their real life, and they had to step up at an early age and be like authority in their household at 9 or 10 years old, which, you know, is something that they didn't ask for. But if you can help it, keep your kids as long as they can be kids. And that's not saying coddle them and hide them from what's really going on. No, have real conversations with them. You're not off the hook in that, but still let them be kids. That
is so important. Like, I literally had that exact conversation with my younger brother.
Yeah.
My dad and my brother upset my son to the point that he was in tears. And they were both kind of like, why was he so upset? And why was he crying? And he needs to man up. And I'm like, whoa, that man up thing, he's 9. At the time, he was 9 years old. And I'm like, we're not going to tell a 9-year-old that he needs to man up. And they were like, well, we need to prepare him for the real world because he just can't be doing this and can't be crying. My thing is, I want my son, my black child, whose dad is 7'3", to be a kid for as long as he can, because the moment that voice drops and he gets some height on him, it's a wrap. It's over.
100%.
So I want him to be able, him being the only child in this house, to be able to be a child. Like, I haven't, like, he still wears, like, you know, like Mario t-shirt, Sonic. He still is
100%.
Into kid stuff, and I want that.
Grown men do too. Like,
yes.
So, I mean, you know, that's not that doesn't, like,
because
go away.
a lot of them have been, you know, rushed to get grown. And
yo, listen,
they never got a chance to grow out of the little boy stuff.
One of the biggest flexes you can have as a parent, it's not about the amount of designer shit you can buy them or the amount of things you can, you know, get them to appear like the life is so much better than this or whatever, because the real quality of life is how, like, can they come home and just be a kid?
Yes,
can they come home and just have a safe space and just be like, I can come to my dad for help, I can come to my mom for help, and they're gonna help me and not judge me and scold me for needing help. You know what I'm saying? Like those little things like that, you won't understand how many dividends that pays for like just forever after that.
Yes.
Because they were able to have real childhoods. And so if you're able to have a real childhood, you're able to have a real childhood to go back to pull from and raise your own kids and say, okay, cool. How did I handle this when I was a kid? Or how was I handled when I was a kid when this thing happened? Without those
that is
things,
so real.
Without those things, like you're missing a key part in like raising them, but then also like finding some type of peace within you. You know what I'm saying? So if your kids can have a real childhood, they can get excited about going to the pool. They can get excited about going to get ice cream with you. Like my kids still be, yo, can we go to the store when you pick us up from school? Can we take us to the gas station? Can we just go to the gas station, pick out a couple snacks? Because there's a lot of kids out there that I seen this shit and it made me like mad. I've seen people take their kids into the store and you know what they're about to say. Don't ask for shit when you get in here. Don't look at nothing. They can't look at nothing. This shit is colorful, bro. They can't even look. Like, god damn, bro.
Yeah.
I can understand sometimes saying, yo, next time we come, I got you. Right now, I got to do X, Y, Z, whatever. But you telling them, don't ask for shit. Don't look at nothing. That's crushing to a kid.
It is.
Absolutely
I remember
crushing to a kid.
I just took Prince to the Dollar Tree and he got some Swedish fish, tropical, like assorted flavors, whatever. And when we walked out the store, he just jumped for joy with the candy in his hand.
Dog,
like, yes. And
saying.
I was like, I know what that feels like. I know
that
is joy right there.
Exactly, dog. Because like I wasn't getting talked to like that when I was a kid. I'm not saying we had it all, dog. But
right.
But my parents knew going into the store, they already budgeted a random candy bar in there or some shit like that. A random fucking magazine. As I got older, it was like, can I get this? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Playboy mag. No, I'm just playing.
Stop.
But
it was Slam magazine.
Slam. 100% it was Slam. 1000%
yep.
it was Slam. Or the Source or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You know, whatever. But the thing about it is just like, dog, if your kids can be kids, bro, you're gonna give them a great chance of having a good quality of life because like you'll teach them how to be grateful for things, how to be in the moment. All of that, like just to be here right now and not worry so much about that. That's going to come. You're going to be an adult. I remember when I was a kid, I used to want a piece of mail like with my name on it and shit. I used to be like, damn, I don't never got nothing in the mail. Like, wow, whatever. Now, if it got my name on it, I don't even want it. Like, throw that shit in the trash before it even get to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless it's a check, send it in. But
okay,
that,
exactly.
Send that shit somewhere else. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the general thing in that is like. For sure, you do want your kids to have certain skills, and you want them to be ready, especially the young boys, right? You want them to be ready because, like, society ain't going to take it easy on them. If you know that, create a safe space for them so that they know that safe spaces exist.
So they know they exist. That's the most important part because that's what I had to tell my brother later. I'm like, listen, when he comes into my vicinity and my care and my home, all he's going to experience is love. Why should he get it double, outside and inside, just so he's prepared for the outside? That doesn't make sense because he's never going to know what actual love is if all he's getting is lashes outside in the world and come home and he got to hear his mama talking shit. Yeah. And no, nobody has time for that.
Yeah, and I'm sure that like you're teaching him the things that he needs to know. You know what I'm saying? You're not completely just being like, yeah, the world is sunshine and rainbows every single day, all day. Nah. Like, I think that's another thing, too, is like, as men, you got to trust that, like, the woman that's in charge of this young boy or this young girl or whoever is equipped. And if she wasn't equipped, that she would come to you and say, hey, I need you here, whatever. But if you look at that woman and you say, yo, I know your pedigree. I know how you came up. I know you teaching him, you know what I'm saying? As Jadakiss would say, like, show him the lopes. Like, show him the lopes is something that, you know, he said in the song By Your Side, where it's like, it's a very important thing where he's like, yo, if I ain't around and you got to raise my kid, if you take him to the Gucci store, show him the loafs. You know what I'm saying? Just show him the little things that we notice. Show him the things that, like, we, you know what I'm saying? So, like, this also is a message to, like, the dudes who out there who, you know, a single mom, and it's like, trust that she has it under control when you see her dealing with her, you know, kids, no matter what, if it's a boy or a girl, and you know, not to like just input yourself, directly. But like, I mean, you can check up on her and ask her, yo, is he good? Is everything straight? Or you need me to, whatever. But trust that she got it though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and allow her to be soft and gentle, because boys need to experience that too. They need to experience some gentleness so they know what that looks like, what it feels like. And with me being a woman who dates men, I know what it looks like when a guy has not really experienced a soft and gentle love before.
Right.
He will absolutely sabotage it because it's so foreign to him. It's like, what do you mean, like me? It's like, I care, and you can actually trust me to converse.
That soft level of like being gentle, and like when it comes to love, like most of the young boys have not experienced that from a man with good intentions. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like a man with good intentions, a man with bad intentions, they always gonna try to lure you with, the bullshit and, try to disguise it as love when they really want to harm you. But, the men with good intentions, the good men in their life that they look up to and respect, if those men have only greeted him with just hard handshakes and hard talk and, hey, you got to da-da-da, he's going to be like, oh, shit, well, my bad, fuck all this soft shit. I need to do this then, because, like, I need to be accepted amongst these men as well when I get older, because these are the men who I look at and I respect and I aspire to be. But if you got a dad that's going to come to you and give you a hug and say, hey, man, it's cool, you know what I'm saying, you good, help you out and let you cry, instead of just being so quick, because sometimes I do understand, like, as men, like, as fathers to your son, you do need to let them know that, look, everything is not a situation where we're going to cry about it. We still got to fix it and figure it out. But if you fall down and scrape your knee, or you got your feelings hurt by some shit and you cry, hey, man, dog, like, it's cool. Your human reaction was to do that. So, like, now I just have to start from here. I can't coach you on what you shouldn't have done or whatever. It's like, nah, we here now. So let's have a conversation about this and, like, why this is cool for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. Just let me guide you here. Because, like, now we're here where the emotions have taken over. But, like, let me impart some logic and some, like, information on you that I know you don't have, because you're not even at that age yet. So that also got to change, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that the young boys, like, interact with the men in their life and just, like, men in general. You know what I'm saying? The way that they're handled.
That kind of reminds me of when Prince and I were watching The Fresh Prince, and the episode where, Will's dad pops back in and they have that exchange, Will and Uncle Phil at the end of the episode, and seeing Will in tears. Like, my son was watching it kind of stunned. Like, I know what's about to happen, but I'm looking at my son, like, to see what his reaction is going to be to this.
Mackie face, like.
That nigga's face is just so legendary. But, I just remember, like, I wondered what my son was thinking in that moment, seeing a man cry about something 100% valid, feeling maybe rejected in that way. Because sometimes, a lot of the times men will say, men don't cry, men not supposed to cry or whatever. But I do understand that there are times where some men feel like tears are okay.
Yeah.
But only if the tears are behind anger. And I want guys to know that it's okay to want to cry because you're disappointed.
Yeah. Because
you may have felt some rejection, or
there's other reasons. Sunday. It's okay, dog. It is. It's okay, dog. It's okay, man. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey.
How you doing over there?
I'm good right now. It's preseason. But we'll see. September 7th, they got the.
It took you a minute to answer.
They got the fate of the world in their hands, like, you know what I'm saying. So we'll see. But
But yeah, look, and just to circle back to me and my son watching the Cosby Show, and I know there are some people who are like, why would you show him that with knowing who Bill Cosby is? I feel like there's also a lesson in this, because Prince has no clue about Bill Cosby outside of the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
That one day he's going to learn that man is a monster. But that's a teaching moment right there.
100%.
To completely shield him from anything that he has been involved in would be irresponsible.
Yeah, you got to give him a
It's taking away a moment to
100%.
To teach him, like, he portrayed this great man and father on this TV show, but in real life, this is who he was, and he's not a good person.
Which is why.
And that's a conversation.
Yeah, idolize these like celebrities and all this kind of shit. Cause,
exactly.
Like, you can look at what they've done. Everybody got their own moral compass when it comes to things that they can forgive that a celebrity has done. The thing about it is this, though, right? I can see, I can understand, like, both sides of it, right? Because on one hand, this is somebody who you don't know, who you would have never known unless they were extremely talented in this field, right? Unless they could sing, dance, act, rap, whatever it is, make beats, whatever it is. That's how you know them. You don't know anything about them. There are probably people in our own like neighborhoods and communities who were like can't get right. You know what I'm saying? But they were super fast, dog. He could hoop. He was the, you know what I mean? He'd get 100 tackles in the game or whatever. He just couldn't. It was just this thing right here that held him up. Those are just the people that actually made it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got things going on. So I can understand one side of it where it's like, all right, look, I'm a consumer. I just want to hear a good song, or I just want to watch a good show, or just whatever. But then there's some people that's like, nah, that's not enough for me, dog. I can't put that to the side because that person did this. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. In these moments, it's up to you to make that call and then give your kids the chance to make that call for themselves too, because they're their own people. They're gonna make their own decisions someday anyway.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You know, when people be like, oh, I can't believe you're letting him watch that show. Well, you can just not believe it.
Yeah,
but it's been so many amazing conversations that we've had because of these episodes, because of what we're seeing. Like, you know, like in the mornings when we get up for school, I get up first, I put on jazz. I feel like Claire Huxtable, low key. Like, I light an incense. It smells good. It just sounds beautiful when you come downstairs. Yeah. And I just get our day started real gently. And Prince, you know, he was like, I can tell he does not want to hear this. He wants to go and put on a Minecraft video and just like zone out until it's time to go to school. But, you know, I'm very intentional with playing jazz music. So I remember like a few weeks later, he was humming along to the tune. Like, he's knowing these songs now.
I'm going to tell you what he was feeling in that moment too, just to give you an inside look at a young boy with jazz music. I'm gonna tell you what he was feeling, and you could tell him I said this and ask him, was it real, and just tell him to keep it real with you, and you ain't gonna be mad at him, whatever. My dad used to play strictly jazz music in the car, right? The first time he ever played jazz music in the car with me, I was sitting there waiting for like the beat to drop and for the artist to come on and sing or do whatever it is they're gonna do, because when I got in the car with anybody else, we listening to just like the top 40 rap, pop, R&B, whatever. My pops exclusively played jazz music. Like, I would listen to it daytime, nighttime, it didn't matter. It was jazz music only. V98.7. I would never forget it because they say it all the time. So you from Detroit, you know V98. Smooth jazz, V98.7, right? It was days where like I wasn't even in the car with him, and in my head I would start humming it, and I used to be like, I like this shit all along. Like, like this shit, man.
Yeah.
But it's hard to admit it because that's not your normal thing that you go to, and it's like you kind of rebelling against the music because it's not yours. Like, that's not your music. Like, my music at the time was like rap and What Means the World to You was out, and I'm just like,
oh wow, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when he played that shit, I'm like, all right, dog. But I completely get it because like, sometimes like I told you before, we talk like either when I'm leaving work or something like that, I'm either listening to nothing or I'm listening to Anita Baker or Sade. That's it. And they have those same elements of like smooth, you know what I'm saying? Still some words in there or whatever because I still need to, to hear something. But I get it. But jazz music, I started to understand it the older I got. And I'm pretty sure what he's going through right now is like, I'm denying it because I started off denying it. Like I have to deny it. But
I got to keep it up.
I like it though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's infectious. I like it. So yeah, man.
He'll ask like, "Why do you play jazz?" I'm like, it's just something easy to listen to.
You understand when you get older. Here go your moment to tell him.
There you go. Yeah. But with him also becoming more and more of a fan of hip hop and doing his research and listening to artists like A Tribe Called Quest, or he likes kind of like boom bap-ish hip hop. And I'm like, do you understand how much jazz is in this?
No, especially
and
with
so
Kendrick's
it's
music.
starting.
I know you like Kendrick,
yes,
so especially with Kendrick's
especially
music. Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Yep.
So he's understanding now. He's realizing like, okay, she might be onto something here. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he's taking my TV show recommendations seriously, and he's really into it, and I'm really enjoying being able to be a kid again and through his eyes. But honestly, I will say that's what parenthood has been for me.
100%.
You know, being so deeply involved in his growth and being intentional in what he is learning and retaining.
Yeah.
It has been such a beautiful, like, I'm reliving life. It's like it's my second childhood. We're talking now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Where I get a chance to be a kid again. Yeah. Like this is parental revisory all over again,
100%.
where I am, like, I'm parenting the little girl.
Because
like,
listen,
I'm doing the things I wanted my parents to do with me.
Because that's exactly what all of this shit is about. Because if you've never, I can't remember if I said this in the first episode, and if I did, cool. It don't, whatever. It's never a bad time to say it again.
Okay.
But like, if you never felt what it felt like to have all of the attention from your parent on you in a moment where you did something wrong and like you were in trouble, like if you don't know what that feels like, you can never know how you making a kid feel. But if you have felt like that, you could temper it in the moment, and you could say, okay, I remember what it felt like when they started to get around right here where I'm at. So let me dial it back a little bit and let me kind of, explain. That's why a lot of people think that explaining yourself to your kids is like a form of gentle parenting. And it's like that's not gentle parenting. It's like I said on on episode 1, it's comprehensive parenting. It's understanding like where you at and you being like, all right, cool. Some of this stuff I don't need to do, even though it was done to me. I didn't really like it. It's just the way it was done. So like, I can just keep doing this shit just because it's been done this way, or I could change it because I don't like it, and I can do a version of something that I do like.
But it's easy to continue the cycle. It's easy to keep doing what everybody else.
100%.
It's hard to take the path less traveled.
Yeah, because
tough.
you gotta number one, it takes for you to realize in the moment that it happens, like, wait a minute, this shit is not. This is the fork in the road. And all forks in the road lead you to other forks in the road. So now that fork in the road is, do I keep doing this or do I do something new? Cool, I chose to do something new. So now that I'm doing something new, do I do it this way or do I do it that way? I think if I go that way, this could happen. But if I go this way, this could happen. But if you don't go anywhere, then the same shit gonna happen. So you gotta be willing to do something different. Like, at least a little bit different. You gotta be.
Oh, man. That's what the show is all about.
That's really what it's all about.
Because there's no blueprint to this shit. But if there's something that you didn't like about your childhood, baby, fix it. Fix
100%.
it. Now, fix it with your children.
Yeah, I mean,
there's nothing you can do in your past to go back and revise shit.
The thing is, you need the past to know like where you are now, why you got here, how you got here, and then it's gonna give you also like, okay, if I keep going forward the way that they went, where am I gonna get? Or am I just doing this shit just for the sake of doing it? Because like you said, it's just the way it's been done. Like, nah, dog, there's no... If football was played in 2025 the way it was played when Y.A. Tittle was quarterback, we wouldn't enjoy it. Because, like, it wouldn't be the same game. Like, you wouldn't have a black quarterback. You wouldn't have quarterbacks that had the green light to go run when they couldn't make a play with their arm. You wouldn't have the scheme that offensive linemen block with, or the defenses that people drawing up. They only drew up the new shit because they saw that the old shit didn't work, or some of it worked, but it could work a little better if I do this, or maybe this. So you need somebody to lay the blueprint out for you. It's up to you whether you go look at that and say, I can do something different, or that's it. That's just
I can improve upon this model.
I can improve upon this model. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, it's just somewhere you can fix something about it. If you can fix anything about it, then you should at least try.
You should at least try.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to put a pin in this episode. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Episode 2. Look, we have so much to discuss. So much. Like, we've been recording for a little bit over an hour, but listen, me and Mari can go so far with this, and we plan to.
100%.
We're going to have guests. We're going to have other parents come on and talk their shit too.
Yep.
So many topics, because parenthood is just, it's multifaceted.
Yeah. No
one lives the same life. There's so much to discuss here.
Yep.
But we'll be back next week. Make sure you tap in with us on social media. Leave us some voice notes. I want to play some voice notes on here. so that we can discuss some of the things that you guys, our audience, is dealing with and experiencing in your parenthood journey.
Yeah.
Even if you're a caretaker. Because look, I've had goddaughters come and live with me. Okay. You know, they were not my biological child.
Yeah,
their parents are very much still.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
And look, we can discuss any level of parenthood over here because it never stops.
Yeah.
It never stops.
It literally never stops. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why, you know, we talked about earlier, like no matter what stage of the journey you're on, like you're on that path, you're on a journey, and it's going to be somebody who went through that, or they understand where you are like right now with it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you further along, you can come and tell us something. You know what I'm saying? If you got kids that's much older than ours and you like, yo, these are things that I've learned from parenting like a whole adult now that like I wish I would have knew when I was, you know, at this age and that age. So like, you know, even those people are welcome in like, you know, for sure, like at any stage of parenting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I have one of my good friends. She just sent her baby off to college. Ooh. She is now an empty nester.
Oh,
and now another form of parenthood where she is pretty much a friend and a mentor now. She's not responsible for managing schedules and taking them to appointments and all these different things. Okay? And I can't wait to talk about this more because being able to see my friend enter a new phase of motherhood is so dope. And this is so interesting. I'm like, wow. Because at some point, I'm going to be there.
Yep.
God willing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Until next time, we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace.